What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. So today we are going to talk about 3 reasons why you shouldn't come to China. So let's start. All right, so before I jump into today's topic, I just want to give you a little update on what's going on in China and this whole coronavirus thing. And the other one is about the subscribers. So let's start with the subscribers. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button because it helps me out a lot. I know I've been saying this a lot in the recent videos, but it really helps me out, and I've been stuck on 390 something subscribers for almost a week now, and I really want to hit that 400. So if you can help me out, I would really appreciate it. Now the other thing is about the new cases in Beijing. Probably you've seen the news, and they have over 100 new cases because of a seafood market, well, another seafood market. So obviously that's not great news. Hopefully they can control it very soon, like they did it with other places, with other cities like Harbin and Jilin. So fingers crossed that's going to go down well. All right then, so let's jump into today's topic, which is 3 reasons why you shouldn't come to China. So I've made a list and I've been thinking about this very hard, and I have 3 very good reasons. Before you consider coming to China, have a look at these reasons, see if you can tick anything off this list, and if you don't agree with something, then obviously you might need to change your views about Asia or just China in general. All right then, so reason number 1 why you shouldn't come to China is probably a very obvious one, but that's why it's number 1. So you shouldn't talk about politics in China. So if you like to discuss politics and show your views and tell your opinion about political things, then this is not the place for you. And I'm not trying to be rude here, that's just the truth. So if you want to discuss politics, then this is not the place for you, mostly because Chinese people, they are very nationalist. They love their country, they love their people, and whatever you read in the Western media about the Chinese government, half of it is not even true. Nobody likes it when somebody comes into their country and starts talking bad things about their politics and their leaders. So I can totally understand why Chinese people are so protective, and I can also understand why they are so nationalist when it comes to their own people and their own country. So if you can't respect this, then China is definitely not the place for you. Okay then, so number 2 is, if you want to get a Western experience, then China is not the place for you. I mean, this seems fairly obvious, but so many people come here, foreigners, and the first thing that they do is look for other foreigners within their city, which is fine for some time. But you really need to get out from your little bubble, and you need to meet more people, more local people. And with this obviously comes the language, which should be a separate reason why you shouldn't come to China, but I feel like it's very, very much related to this one. So if you don't want to learn the language, obviously don't come to China, because majority of the people here, they don't speak English. They speak Chinese, like Mandarin Chinese or Cantonese or whatever. There are so many languages within the mainland. So like I said, don't come here expecting a Western experience. I mean, obviously you can get the Western bars, you can get the Western beers and whatnot, but coming here just to hang out with other foreigners, this is not the place. I mean, yes, you can have friends, but you don't come here to meet other foreigners. You come here to see the cultures, to see the country, to work, to make money, to save money, to travel. So if you just want to make friends with other foreigners, then you are better off staying at home or going to a different country. And the reason why I say this is because so many foreigners, they leave after like a year or 2 after their contract is done, and they go home and their emotions are very mixed, and their experience is very neutral, and they're like, yeah, China was okay, but nothing special, which is not true in my opinion. I think every country is unique and every experience is unique. So you know, saying that China is just okay is not true. I mean, you know, this is a really nice country with really nice people. I mean, obviously they have problems just like everywhere else, but when it comes to like safety, for example, I feel really safe just walking around at like 3 a.m. in the morning. For example, like last night, with a couple of beers, you know, barbecue and everything with my friends. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning, and then I basically walked home and I felt like really safe. Not like in England, for example, like you go to London and walking around at 3 a.m, like personally I would be scared to walk around by my own. And that's not because, you know, I'm scared of people or anything like that. It's just, you know, general like safety is not really a thing in England, for example. Like you're gonna get stabbed, you're gonna get mugged, and that is the sad reality right now. So, you know, when it comes to safety in China, this is a very safe country, and a lot of other foreigners and a lot of other YouTubers say this, and not because they just want to parrot the same thing. It's actually because that's the truth. Wow, it is actually super hot today. It's 33 degrees right now, so it's pretty hot. Anyway, my third point why you should not come to China is related to culture shock. So if you can't handle culture shock, then China is definitely not the place for you. And, you know, people are going to tell you, oh, food safety is not good, oh, Western toilets are non-existent in China, which is kind of true. I mean, food safety is at a very low level in China at most places, and obviously they try to improve that. So it's not like they're happy with what they have right now, so they always want to improve it. And the other one that, you know, not a lot of people like to mention is the driving standard in China. So Chinese drivers are not very good at driving cars or driving anything basically, and they know that. I mean, they don't have, you know, really good drivers on the road, and you can definitely see that. I mean, you can see how many crashes there are on the road each day. For example, in Jilin, if I want to, I can film at least 10 accidents in a day, at least 10. And Jilin is a very small city. I mean, we're talking like 3.5 million people. So that is a lot for a city that's, you know, this small. But if you go to like bigger cities, obviously that number is going to go up way higher. So, you know, road safety is not really good in China. But if you can't handle this and if you can't be cautious, then obviously don't come to China. Now, food safety is another thing. I mean, when you come to China, you really want to experience the food. I mean, at least half of the people that come to China, they come here because of the food. I mean, that's one of their reasons why they come to China, and I can totally understand that. Like, Chinese food is really nice, and I can totally agree it's a good enough reason to come here. But obviously you need to be very careful with what you eat. So, you know, if you know locals or if you know people that lived at the city that you're going to for a longer time, obviously you need to ask them and get recommendations from them on what to eat and where to eat. Obviously nobody wants to have a bad time in China when they're eating Chinese food. So yeah, just, you know, be safe with that one. Obviously you're gonna get, you know, a bad experience every now and then, but I would say that is part of the China experience, and you know, you shouldn't be ashamed about it. Like, I've had it before because I've had food where I shouldn't have, but you know, like I said, it's part of the experience. So if you're not willing to take that step, and if you're not willing to face that kind of a culture shock, then China is definitely not the place for you. Alright then guys, and that is about it for today's video. I mean, I gave you 3 reasons from my point of view why you shouldn't come to China as a foreigner, or why you should reconsider. Obviously there are, you know, plenty of other reasons, but you know, I think those three are very important, and many people should like put this down, and they should really think about it if they really want to come to China and if they are willing to face these issues. So if you have any other reasons to fill up my list and add another reason why you shouldn't come to China, then feel free to leave it down in the comment section down below. Make sure that you like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.